Hello, neighbors. I'm Councilmember Shayla Lynch, and joining me today is Arthur Crosby with the Kentucky Fair Housing Council. Thanks for joining me, Art.
Thanks for inviting me.
Of course. I want to share with my neighbors today what the Kentucky Fair Housing Council is and what you all do for not only our community, but the state. So what is the Kentucky Fair Housing Council?
Sure. The Kentucky Fair Housing Council is a nonprofit that operates throughout the state. We help individuals who are victims of housing discrimination. So people contact us if they think they're being treated different based on race, religion, disability, because they have kids. We help do an investigation, see what we can find out. And if there is enough evidence to show there was discrimination, we help legal advocate try to get their civil rights pursued and file claims in court, that kind of thing. We also do education outreach. We try to make sure landlords and tenants both understand rights and responsibilities so that we don't have fair housing problems in the first place. And then we also do testing.
What is testing?
So testing is where we'll send out to individuals, black and white, family with kids, family without. We just see if they're treated differently. Landlords don't usually say if they're discriminating. It's not usually something they post on signs anymore. So it is a way to kind of sometimes uncover if that kind of stuff that could happen.
And is there a cost for your legal services?
No, everything we do is free. We don't charge anything. Even if we collect money for our tenant, we don't charge.
So you heard that, neighbors. Their legal services are free. So if you feel like you've been a victim of discrimination, or if you just want more information or education, please call them. Please call them. So what kind of fair housing trends are you seeing in Lexington and then statewide?
Well, a lot of trends we're seeing are really kind of connected to just the whole rental market as a whole, right? And we know it's just really expensive place and to find a place. And as it becomes more and more tough to find a place, market shifts, shrinks, and it just more and more people are displaced. And a lot of times it's the people that we're working with. So we're seeing that. We're also seeing a lot of times when people are having issues with the landlord, manager's not being there, right? Like staffing is shrinking. So people don't have like that one individual to kind of deal with. On top of that, as things get more and more automated, sometimes, like the whole system. So if you're a senior who's trying to work through, everything's electronic, you can't really, everything has to be paid automatically. So there's just different things as society evolves, how people have to deal with those.
So are you all like navigators for people that have those kind of issues to help bridge that gap?
We can be, especially if individuals have disability-related needs. We're really big on helping those make sure landlords make accommodations for individuals who do need those type of disabilities. It could be a sport animal, it could be a parking space, it could be I can't walk to the office, I need some help with that, or my garbage to the dumpster, just different things.
So you've talked about the rental environment. What about the home buyer environment? You all help home buyers as well, correct?
Right. So fair housing covers all types of housing, right? Shelters, it covers dorms, it covers anything you think. So home buying is a big part of it, and we are seeing, that first-time home buyer trying to find a place to live, where they market, are they being steered? Those type of things are stuff we look at.
What is steering?
Steering is where individuals can be sometimes placed or at least shown different areas based on their skin color, or again, the fact that they have kids, or their gender, sexual orientation. What we're trying to create is a society where everybody has open access to all the type of housing.
Wonderful. That's what I want to. I know you're pretty familiar with the source of income ordinance that Councilmember Savigny and I was co-sponsored, and that was passed here locally. And I know you're very familiar with what the state did in response to our local ordinance. And so if a person in Lexington feels like they've been treated differently because of their source of income, what can they do? Can they still seek help?
Right. So we're very, very appreciative of what the city has, the city of Lexington and Louisville before has done on source of income. And it is important to note that that work still is there, right? We still have a source of income ordinance. The landlord can't deny you just because you're receiving disability benefits or you're getting child support or alimony. All those things are still protected. Now, the state did put in a bill that specifically said if somebody's receiving a voucher, the landlord can't be made to rent to them, and the city can't enforce that, which gets really complicated because advertising is different than renting. Or if I'm a black individual with a voucher and they say, we're not going to rent you because you're black, does that mean the city can't enforce it? There's all kinds of weird, just the way the state that law. But what we would suggest is there are still other laws out there, and there is the city ordinance still on the books that we can absolutely help with if people think they are being denied for that reason. Absolutely should protect.
Yes, please do contact. Even if you're not sure, please contact the Kentucky Fair Housing Council. And then I guess my last question is there anything else you want to share about the things that you all do in our community and in our state?
So again, the whole idea of making sure we have an open society for everybody. So We want people to feel comfortable looking out of their place. We know that there's this legacy of the past, and that kind of dictates where people think they should feel comfortable. And we really want to work where we can to make sure we understand why that has happened in the past, understand why we have this disparity in homeownership, understand why we have different areas that look a little bit different, and we need to be working systemically and figuring out ways to kind of fix that.
And I 100% agree. And I have to share you all, I worked for the Kentucky Fair Housing Council for 15 years, and I love that work. That's why I am so passionate.
And we loved having you there.
Well, thank you. I'm so passionate about everyone having safe, decent, affordable housing in our city, and we will continue that fight until everybody is happy. Thank you so much, Art, for joining me today.
Thank you, Shayla.